Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope everyone is coming into the new year great. I hope everyone had a safe New Year's and everything's good. I know around this time of year, many people talk about their New Year's resolutions and how they're going to change and the phrase new year, new me. And I'm all for change for the better. But I've never really been big on waiting for the new year to come around to change, but rather change as soon as you feel as though it's necessary. But with that being said, I hope you still all been going to the gym like you said you would, and I hope that New Year's resolutions diet is going well for you. Luckily, today, I have sort of a New Year's resolution for you, and it's a small way to approach life differently. So stick around, and hopefully by the end of today's show, you'll take away a few things. Let's get right to it. Thank you. You're far too kind. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Today's topic on the AIRMIKE Podcast is about how I feel you should approach life or go through life. In life, when something upsets us, if we don't address it immediately and get to the bottom of it or find some type of solution in a responsible way, it tends to weigh on us, and that weight begins to spread like a cancer throughout our whole body. One negative thought could literally change the whole course of our day if we let it. Because it doesn't just stop with that one negative thought if we allow ourselves to get worked up. Our minds start to race, we create endless possibilities in our head, and most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they're negative possibilities. And when we can really transition a small problem into a very large one by holding it in and overthinking it. If our negative thoughts and energy are directed towards others, sometimes we let that energy build up for hours or days or even months, and it can ruin relationships, it can ruin friendships, it could tear apart a family. If we hold on to the things that upset us and allow them to control how we feel, we then become victims of situations that we face on an everyday basis, and we're not in control of our own lives. Adversity happens all the time. It's only human nature to get upset over things. It would be unrealistic if I sat here and said that we should all be happy all the time. Everybody knows that's not realistic. But we should never stay down for too long is what I'm trying to stress. So one solution I have is to set an alarm on your phone. It could be when you wake up. It could be around noon or lunchtime, or when you're getting off work. Or it could even be all three for that matter. And have the alarm be a reminder to remind yourself at least one thing that you're grateful for in life. It could be big or small. Grateful that you got a new house or a new car. Grateful that you even have a job, or just grateful that you woke up this morning. That alarm would be a reminder for you to put things into perspective, that you're looking at the bigger picture than just what the issue that you're upset about. And you'd be surprised at how much this could put things into perspective. Our days are so busy and our minds are always at work. In one day, the human brain has over 50 to 70,000 thoughts. I mean, just think about this for a second. In 24 hours, we have over 50,000 thoughts that run through our brain. But all it takes is just for one to ruin your whole day. One out of the 50 to 70,000. And sometimes that can lead to action. And literally in a matter of seconds, it could ruin your life. Once we find ourselves upset, we have a choice. We have the choice to react. A lot of times when we're upset, that reaction will be violent. Whether it be us doing or saying something, or doing or saying something that we might regret. Or, second choice, to think about what made us upset and really ask ourselves why we're feeling that way. When we question ourselves why we feel a certain way and we know what's making us feel that way, then we can go about finding the solution. And we can, one, find the solution for the problem by talking it out or thinking about it internally, or two, just find peace with the situation and realize that we need to move on. And sometimes that means no longer dealing with certain people in life. Sometimes it just means cooling down for a little while and separating yourself. But either way, this is a much more effective and responsible way for when something's bothering us than bottling it in and letting that energy build up. If we hold on to the things that are draining our energy or the people who are bringing us down, and when I say bringing us down, I'm referring to bringing down our spirit, our light, which in turn is our happiness and our joy. That's what I mean by people bringing us down. If we constantly surround ourselves with people that are negative, people that are pessimistic, we slowly but surely become one of them. And even if we don't become negative towards others, we allow them to affect how we feel inside. You're the company that you keep has so much truth to it. Great people who have very bright futures sometimes throw everything away because they don't know how to separate from that one negative person that they have in their life. They don't know how to detach and separate to really do their own thing. But we really shouldn't be so quick to judge on people that carry these negative traits about them. When people are exposed to a lot of pain, a lot of hurt in life from a very young age, oftentimes their spirit is broken, shattered at that young age because they have no joy or happiness in life, and they're only surrounded by hurt and they're surrounded by pain. That's all that they see. That's all that they know. So oftentimes, subconsciously, it becomes their mission in life to project how they feel inside on others, to project that pain, that hurt on others. And most times, like I said, subconsciously, they're not even aware that this is why they're doing it. They're just so used to it that that's all they know. We've all heard the saying that misery loves company, and it's 100% true. Sometimes it's a shame because it's those who are the closest to us, those that we trust, that really take advantage of our trust and our love, and they deceive us in an attempt to make sure that we don't progress in life, because they feel that they cannot progress themselves, or they want you to feel that pain that they felt for so long, as I said. So we shouldn't be so quick to judge these people who are projecting their own pain and hurt on us, because many of these people are victims too. All they've known is hurt since a small age. And if we never learn to deal with our problems and we never learn to speak about them, and we battle with them inside, we're forced to then live with our inner demons that we haven't addressed yet. If we're mindful enough and love our friends, or we love our family enough, we often take it upon ourselves to try and change who they are as people, or try to work on those flaws. But if we're unaware that they're just projecting their own fears and pain on us, we would just be running a race that we would never ever possibly win. And it's a hard truth sometimes to face, but sooner or later we have to know that some people are never going to change. They simply do not have any desire, and they never will. For those that ask for help, or those that clearly admit and know their faults and want to make a difference, they're searching for help. They wish to change, but a lot of times they don't know exactly where to start. So that's where we as friends, as family members, come in and try to show them a different way to go about life, or a different way to solve their problems instead of reacting violently or arguing. Communication is the biggest key to any disagreement, any argument, how we say things to people. If we say it with a certain tone that's defensive, and if we say it loud or we're yelling at them, 10 times out of 10, they're going to react defensive a certain way because of how we're communicating with them. Whereas if we simply let them know in a calm manner or a responsible way a fault or something that bothered us, then the conversation goes a completely different direction. So take a step back and really ask yourself, are the people that are in my life that are always going through something, people that are always complaining, people that always seem to be in the middle of the drama, do they really even want to change at all? Or is drama something that they feed off of and crave? Some people literally, they get a rush, they get a energy off of drama, off of getting people worked up, off of seeing other people at a level that they're at. And like I said, subconsciously, it's them projecting how they feel inside on others. And so when we feed people that same energy, that negative energy that they have within them, and they see them bringing it out of us, it's almost like they get an excitement comes from it. From a positive person's standpoint, from someone who likes to see others succeed, likes to see others do well, you get energized and your spirits are lifted when you see others doing well, when you see others becoming successful, making progress, making progression. And in their reality, they get that same joy when someone is failing, or when they see someone in their downfall. So if you can find the answer to the people in your life that are always going through something, if that's something that they crave, if you can find the answer, then you can clearly start to see how you shouldn't let one negative thought, one negative mood, one negative person around you determine how your mood or how your day is going to be shaped. When something bad happens, it's okay to feel bad for a little while. Like I said, that's only human nature. But there's 24 hours in a day. Don't let something that happens in seconds, or something that happens throughout the course of 5 minutes, determine how your day is going to go. For all the people who are in jail, people who are in prison, I can guarantee that for most of them, or for a lot of them, whatever landed them in there was something that happened over the course of seconds or over the course of minutes. But that one decision can change your whole life. So my biggest thing to convey to everyone listening today is, when you're feeling a certain type of way, or if you feel like you're around somebody who's draining your energy, or certain friends push your buttons, take a step back for a second, think about it, and really ask yourself, okay, is this individual motivated themselves? Do they want to have a better life? Are they comfortable with where they are in life? And it's nothing wrong if you're at a certain place in life and you're comfortable with that, and your family's doing good, or you're surviving, not really getting too far ahead, but you're not really falling behind. You're just you're floating, coasting through life. There's nothing wrong with that. But for those that are about evolution and about progression, really take a step back and ask yourself, am I surrounded by people who think like myself, that people that are like-minded? Because the company we keep, the people that we hang around on a consistent basis, like I said, it shapes who we become as people. It shapes our thought process. And so I just like for everyone to continue to want to evolve. And throughout this journey of life, we're all searching. We're all trying to find meaning. And that is for people who are trying to progress. But for those that could care less, we have to realize that some people will forever be stuck in their ways, and we cannot take it upon ourselves to want to change every single person, because then we would allow ourselves to get caught up and drain our own energy and start to take away our own joy, our own happiness and light inside. And once that's gone, then we start to make some of the decisions that are bad, some of the decisions that are cold-hearted, because our light is no longer there, and we feel as though we've gone so far astray that nothing really matters anymore. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining me on the AirMike Podcast. This was episode 6. I kind of waited for the new year to get back in the swing of things, but now I'm looking forward to continuing on throughout the year. We have a few more guests coming up in the near future. I'll talk more about that on my next segments. But like I said, remember to find time throughout your day to remind yourself of something that you're appreciative of. And always remember to live in the now. So until next time on the AirMike Podcast, thank you. Remember to live in the now. I'll see you next time.